bummer that all these theaters are just closed. I can't, like, I know, and my son he wants to write for TV, and he's like, but there's no production. And I'm like, okay, there has to be a way to do this art that's not, that's not conventional. There's got to be a way to still make it happen, because in these times, innovation is rich. Like, that's when really cool things happen. I know here at the Jersey Shore, there's a theater in Long Beach Island, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but they are doing cabaret. And so it involves, a lot of singing and dancing. And so it's not just like a monologue. And so they figured out a way to do it outside, to test the actors and actresses, I guess, on a regular basis. They have less seating, like maybe there's a space in between the seats, so they're not making as much money from the theater, but they're still able to do it and, delight the community, keep the people working, keep the theater open, and I really applaud them. So I have to put the challenge. Yeah, there has to be other ways for other theater communities to stay alive. Have you been looking into that or studying that or reading up on that at all, given that you're such a passionate, theater person?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of things are going online now. They're entering the virtual world, which makes theater a lot more accessible, which definitely is something that we have to pay attention to, is how do we make theater more accessible rather than ticket sales being so expensive. This movement towards theater online, I don't think it's a replacement for theater, but I think it's a great addition. I was just in a production of She Kills Monsters by Qui Gwen, who he actually rewrote the script, reworked it for the virtual space. And the University of Pittsburgh was the first production to put it on. And we did it through Skype with an amazing tech team. And we got people from all around the world watching. So in terms of accessibility, that's incredible. And we were able to make the tickets 99 cents just to pay for rights. And, thinking about theater being more accessible is extremely important. But at the same time, theater online isn't a replacement for theater live and in a room where people can see each other and breathe together and tell a story in the same room.
Yeah. Well, first of all, congrats. That's so cool. I think I saw something on social about that. So that's really cool. And yeah, with online, I mean, if you get, 99 cents, but if you get a ton of people to see it, then it could be great. I mean, that's the online business model. But your role in theater, is it acting, writing? What is your producing? What is your favorite?
Definitely actor first, but I'm also training all the time in stage combat and intimacy and testing my skills in writing a little bit, just to get those creative juices flowing, but definitely a very physical actor, and acting is my biggest priority.
I love that. What is stage combat? What does that mean?
So stage combat is any time that there is choreographed violence on stage or screen. So that could be anywhere from a full-on sword fight to a push or a slap or a punch. And then similarly, intimacy is any time that there is a choreographed intimate moment, which could be a full-on sex scene, it could be a kiss, it could be holding hands, whatever that means for that production.
That is really interesting. I mean, I've done theater in my day, but I never did stage combat. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the weaponry and the physical movement, and two people that have to be extremely tuned into each other in order to stay safe.
Yeah, I guess that gets even more challenging when you're doing it virtually.
Yeah.
For real. And I know that you were thinking about, you were supposed to go to London, right, when you graduated?
Yeah, I was supposed to be there July 1st.
And what were you going to be studying over there?
I was going to be studying, training, auditioning. Both my parents are professors, and they got sabbatical for the year. So we were all supposed to be over there, but that's been pushed a year because of the pandemic. So hopefully it'll still happen, but for right now, it's pushed away.
Well, it's still good to have something to look forward to, and it's such a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so how did you handle that pivot? I mean, what was, obviously it's a huge disappointment, but what did you do to try to make it palatable for yourself?
When I first found out, I was devastated. I thought I was going to be graduating and having all this momentum and moving to London. I was looking forward to that for a long time. So I definitely had that period of grief. And then I didn't sit in that for too long. I was still extremely busy with all my physical training, as well as EXPLORRIOR and Scare Your Soul, and those kind of really kept dragging me out of that grief. And now I'm just looking forward to everything that's going to happen this year before I move to London, or if something comes up before then, I'll follow that path.
Who knows? You may get cast in something. And
exactly.
That could be the reason why. There's so many good things. I know this pandemic has really sucked for a lot of people, and it's been awful, and for our world, but there have been some really good things that have come out of it. So you just never know. I mean, you just never know what could happen. So it's about being open, and it sounds like you are, because otherwise you wouldn't be leading into a leadership role with Scare Your Soul. So
yeah, and it's been a really special moment for all of my family to be living together again, which we didn't think was going to happen, and all of a sudden we get all this special time together to hike and read and be together.
It's a great way to look at it, love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, as a community builder, I mean, you're a community builder with theater, you're a community builder with Scare Your Soul. How is it that you find yourself as that type of a leader?
I don't know. I guess I'm always looking for opportunities, and I guess networking is huge, but I don't really see it as networking to network. It's networking to get to know people, to get to know their story. I love talking with people, even though I'm an ambivert. I'm introverted at times for sure, but I just love getting to talk with people and know their story. So even from volunteering to just getting to know my parents' colleagues, or reaching out to people that I think are awesome and want to talk to. I think just trying to get everyone to feel that sense of connection and that we are a community, either locally or globally, is really important to me.
It's a real force and energy that you exude, and it definitely has, I think, really worked for you with the success and everything that you're doing. So it's pretty cool. And we do have to wrap, but I do have one final question, and that is, what advice do you have for your younger sisters getting ready to graduate and launch?
Find what brings you joy and go after it. Don't compromise your values for what you want to do in the world, and figure out a way to support each other. I think women supporting women is so incredibly important. And find your group, find people who love and support you, love and support others, and go after what you want.
Yay, Ariana! The EXPLORRIOR! What's the best way for our listeners to What's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Instagram. So ARIANA.STARKMAN, or at EXPLORRIOR, EXPLORRIOR. Either one of those, DM me, reach out. I'd be happy to talk with you.
Okay, listeners, take her advice. Okay, support each other. Love that. Find your tribe, support each other, find what brings you joy, make it happen, Look what she's doing. Get inspired by her exploriorness. And thank you so much for being on the show with us, Ariana. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
We will see you at Scare Your Soul. And listeners, check out Scare Your Soul. And as Ariana is the lead ambassador, she can help you figure that out. Thanks for being with us on the show. Until next time, peace and love, everybody.